Oh, we bet. I think we're in that thing. All right. I didn't even realize TikTok was connected already. So we in that thing. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, go getters. Let's make sure we get Insta Live on here. Can we get Insta Live? Can we get Instagram Live? Come on, Insta, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Boom, we're back in that thing. We ready to go. Back better than ever, greater than ever, smarter than ever, sharper than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, go getters. Welcome back, small business owners. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, mid level professionals. Welcome back, corporate executives. Listen, welcome back. What are we doing? We're building out $1 million business and we're doing it in public. As always, I'm your host, Patrick Hart, in some circles known as that healthcare guy, depending on where you're following me from. And we're building out $1 million business in public. Let me make sure everybody knows that, man, we're going to be streamed across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram. So we got the whole family in one place. Like always, I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy as we build out this $1 million business. All right, I'm getting love coming in. Jazz Cove, I see you, family. Thanks for popping in. Jerry Middleton, I see you, family. Thanks for popping in. I mean, listen, it's already coming in here. I mean, and we ZZZ, Matt, I see you, family. Thank you. Everybody's in this joint. So let's get going. Let me introduce myself to all those new people. This is your first time here. I'm Patrick Hart, Army veteran, spent 6 years in the military, 2 tours overseas, 1 during 9/11. After that, I pivoted, got out of the military. I found healthcare. I spent over 15 years in healthcare, rose through the ranks, became a healthcare technology executive, and was part of an executive team that spearheaded a growing technology company. And we sold that technology company at the end of 2018 for $750 million. And I was in the room, and it was life changing, family. And so, one of the things that I learned about that experience is you don't have to be the smartest person to be in a room. Sometimes it's about being the most visible, the most knowledgeable, or the ones that have actually ideas ready to contribute that actually get you in the room. So what happened after 2018, I decided, you know what? How about I just bet on myself, do my own thing, create my own business, right? So in 2023, I started doing my own thing. I see you, Ty. I see you, Cartina. Thanks for popping in. So in 2023, I decided, okay, let me bet on myself. I built my own company. I started paying myself in 2023. And then at the end of 2025, I still was like, you know what, this is good for me, but it's still not, I'm still not leaving a purposeful life yet. Like I still want more from an impact standpoint. So I was like, okay, instead of just doing this for me, let's do this for a lot of people. Let's build this thing out in public, right? So that's what we're doing now. This is building $1 million business in public. As always, I'm your host. I'm going to bring it to you live. Every single topic that we talk about is geared to give you some insight, some information, some systems, some tools, some automation, some understanding of how you too can build your $1 million wealth system here in 12 calendar months in 2026. So there's 2 major goals that we have this year. The first major goal is actually build $1 million business, right? We have to show that we generated $1 million in revenue by the end of the year. The second goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem with inside my newsletter. All right. Let me talk to you about the importance of that. And I know, listen, if you're a returning viewer, like, man, you say this all the time, you need to understand every single day we get more and more people joining this, and they need to understand why they here, why they should stick around. So, excuse me while I get this out of the way, but that 50,000 member ecosystem, that's for me, family. The $1 million is for you. I become the proof point this year to show you that you too can generate $1 million and you can do it in 1 year. The $50,000 member ecosystem is for me, because what happens is you cannot rely on algorithms to push out your message and or your visibility as you're creating a company. You can't rely on that, right, family? So once you own your audience, no matter what you do, as you move, as you pivot, as you relocate, as you change directions or courses in your business, your fan base or your community, they rock with you no matter what. And now that's different from the algorithm. A lot of us, we create content. I see you, right? I see you, SNM. A lot of us, we create content and then we don't get any reach. It doesn't go anywhere. We don't get the visibility we're looking for because you're relying on the algorithm. That's why you need to own your audience. So that's why I say sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, we got over 6,000 members in there. We're growing at the 50,000. I would love to see you on the inside. On the inside, I see you, IK Skim. I see you, Pastor. Thank you, Monday Fuel. Miss Nika. I see you, Realtor, Notary, Elizabeth. Everybody's popping in. Thank you. Today we're streaming across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram. We got the whole family in one place. This is episode 64. Episode 64, week 13 of a 52-week build. So we're going to be building this thing all year long. If it's your first time here, we do these lives every single day, noon Central Standard Time. They're 30 minutes or less. This is episode 64. So let me share with you, if you're first time here and you're like, okay, well, where do I find the other 63? I created a playlist on my YouTube page called Building Out a $1 Million Business. You can tap in there. They're free right now. I've unlocked those. I haven't monetized those yet, so you want to check that out. And or if you follow me on LinkedIn, underneath my events tab, you can find the other 63 episodes as well. So tap into those while they're free. First time visitor, if you're first time here, thank you for joining. If you're a returning viewer, you know what I'm going to say, family. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate you guys. Y'all been showing the love, rocking with your boy. More than anything, you've been helping me build out this business. You've been providing a little bit of validation, confidence, self-esteem, and then better understanding of what some of the things that I need to do in my business personally to get me to that $1 million bag as well. So I see you, what is that, Creole? I see you, Creole Truth. Thanks for popping in. Episode 64, expectations. Oh, are they working for you? Or are they working against you? Now, before I get into this, we're 6 minutes into this, I want to remind everybody the chat box is open, okay? So I can see your comments as they come in. Drop your first name, what platform you're streaming from. I'll make sure to say hi and thank you. And the other thing, too, is sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, there's links, there's floating banners, there are QR codes, or simply type in newsletter, and I'll make sure you get access to it as well. So episode 64, what are we talking about? 64. Expectations. They're either working for you or they're working against you. Like, have you ever seen someone crumble, like truly crumble when they're faced with high expectations? I see you, DeCarlos. Appreciate you tapping in. Like, true, real talk. Have you ever seen someone crumble when they're faced with high expectations? I mean, y'all probably have, family. Y'all know it happens more than what you think. Expectations are either going to push you or they're quietly going to start controlling you, right? And that's that part right there that nobody really warns you about. I see you, Don. Thanks for popping in. At first, expectations, they feel like they're providing fuel for you. Like, you feel, okay, I can handle this. I'm good. Like this. Yeah, I'm ready. You know, I'm built for this, right? I'm built for this. You feel like you built for this. They feel like they're giving you fuel. Like they raise your standards. They keep you sharp. This is what expectations do for you. They raise your standards. They keep you sharp. And then they make you show up differently. And then that's when something shifts. That's when something happens. Now you're not just executing anymore. You're trying to live up to something. And that's when that pressure turns into weight. So here's the message that I'm going to give you for this series. If you don't control your expectations, they'll start controlling you. And once that happens right there, I'm telling you, once that happens, you stop building freely and you start showing up inconsistently or less authentic version of yourself. And that's not what we want to happen. We always want to keep it real. We always want to be ourselves. We always want to step into our truth. All right, so here's a promise that I'm about to give you. In this episode, we're going to get into something that shows up as soon as things start going well for you. And it's expectations. Like, we're not talking about what people expect from you. That's not what I'm talking about here. We're not even talking about what you expect from yourself. That's not what I'm talking about. This is where the pressure either becomes productive or starts working against you. So by the end of this episode, right, this one right here, you're going to understand three simple things. Why expectations can become a hidden source of pressure. 2, how expectations shift the way you show up. And then 3, what I'm doing to keep expectations from limiting how I move to get to that $1 million bag. So here's what I had to learn. I'm going to share with you. Expectations are truly powerful. We all know that. Expectations are powerful. But like many things in our life, they need to be managed. So let's get into today's talking points and agenda. Let me pause really quick. Let me make sure I do a family check. Make sure we got our family in the house. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. We got the whole family in one place. As you know, the comment boxes are open, so drop your comments if you have any comments. And then also, listen, if there's something you're struggling with personally or professionally that's preventing you from getting to that $1 million bag, man, you can either drop it in the comments or slide in my DMs and let me know, because if it's something that a lot of people like you face, then I'll write a whole live series about it and we'll have a live so we can have a discussion about it as well. The goal here is to build out $1 million business. The goal here is to help you get to your $1 million bag. The goal here is also to help you understand that you're a brand, and your brand can generate over $1 million, and you can do it in 1 calendar year as well. So let me pause here, say thank you. I see more people showing up. I see you, Shantae. I see you, Robbie. I see you, DeCarlos. I see you, Champ. I see you, Deja. I see you, Full Soul. I see you, Braden, Don. Who else we have on there? Ray Soo. I hope I said that right. Palm, Creole, Sarita, XPX, me, Dorothy, Mindset, Realtor. We got the whole family. Like, everybody's popping in here. And this is episode 64, week 13 of a 52-week build. And today we're getting into expectations, whether they're going to derail you or make you step up to the plate so we can get to our $1 million bag. Let me take a sip of water really quick, and then we get into the rest of the agenda. Yeah, we about to get into it. Family, y'all know this too. Family, y'all know I got these fancy cameras, right? I see you, Peter. I see you, Mojo. Thanks for popping in. Y'all know I got these fancy cameras, and y'all know I like to talk with my hands. And sometimes these cameras track my hands, and it makes my facial features zoom in. So if you see that happening, y'all pause and let me know. Drop it in the comments, because the only thing I can see here is like the comments coming in. I can't see my face, right? So just make sure you share that with me if you see that happen. So there's this shift that you need to catch, okay? At the very beginning, when you're building something, you're building freely, you're out here, you're experimenting with things, you're trying new things, you're figuring things out, and all that feels absolutely great. Like, there's no pressure involved in that. And people right at that point, they don't even expect anything from you. So those expectations are still very low, right? And then things start really working for you in your life, in your business, personally, professionally. They start working. Everything you said you wanted to do, it starts working for you. And you're like, okay, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. Things are showing up for me. Everything is going well. Now though, you start getting eyeballs. You start getting energy. You start getting really people rocking with you, really following your journey, right? And so now people start watching you. Now the results, they're showing up. So you see, okay, I got people watching me. The results are coming in. My engagement is high. I'm moving like I want to move. Like, I'm making the moves. I'm starting to generate a little bit of income for myself, right? So people are watching, people are showing up, and there's no real standards attached, right? But then when you start getting like real eyeballs and you start really doing the work, and then, people start really leaning into everything you say, man, that may hit different for a lot of people. That's where the expectations show up, and they change how you move. Real talk, family. So here's what happens. You start thinking, I see you, Edward. Thanks for tapping in. So here's what happens. You start thinking, when those expectations show up for you, again, personal life and or your business, those expectations, they start hitting, right? You start thinking, man, can I keep this up? Right? And maybe I'm the only one. I'm just going to share with you. Let's put it like this. Let's take the pressure off you, and I just put it on myself. This is what's the conversations I start having, or the mental thoughts that start running through my head. You start thinking, man, can I keep this up? Or, man, I can't drop this level of production that I've been doing, right? Or I can't miss the next live, or I got to make sure my message is spot on, because people are going to look at me differently if it doesn't hit right. That's pressure right there, right? And that's a shift. People, you need to understand and pick up on that. Now it's no longer just about your execution anymore. It starts being about performance. Let me pause. I needed to pause there because I don't think you catch that right there. You get those thoughts that come through your head. I have to keep this up. I can't drop off this level of productivity. Or I can't miss out on this, that, or the other. I got to make sure everything that I'm doing stays consistent, or I have to make sure I'm performing for the camera. And that shift right there, that leads to pressure, family. Now it's no longer about execution anymore. It's about a performance. That's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to perform. We're trying to give some insight to get to that next level, to get to that corner office, to get to that $1 million bag. That's what we're trying to do. Listen, if you're not careful, that performance mindset is going to start to limit you and your growth. We don't want that to happen. You know what happens? I've seen this play out time and time again. You start playing it safe. You start overthinking things. you start hesitating before you do anything new. And that's how your growth starts to slow down. Let me pause. What are we doing? We're building out $1 million business. This is episode 64, week 13 of a 52-week build. I see you, Will. Thanks for popping in. Every episode is designed to give you some insights, some frameworks, some tools, some automations, some conversations, or to connect you with some people that I'm working with behind the scenes to help you get to your $1 million bag, right, family? And what we're talking about here is you need to understand that you are a brand. Once you understand that you are a brand, your brand can generate over $1 million in one calendar year. I've done it multiple times over and over again. So that's why I'm here to break down how do we get to our $1 million bag here in 2026 and do it in 12 calendar months. All right, so let me, I see you, Al Patty. Thanks for tapping in. Man, I had to get honest with myself. You know, I'm always going to share with you. I'm going to keep it 100%. Man, I had to check where my expectations were affecting me the most. And I'm not talking about external expectations. I'm talking about those internal expectations here, right? Sometimes the pressure, it's not coming from other people. You know where it's coming from. Y'all let me know, where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Y'all know where that pressure is coming from. It's coming from you. It's coming internally from you. Y'all done that before. You put more pressure on yourself than anybody else, and then you contribute that is because you're an A player, or you try to tell yourself because you feel you feel more connected to it than anybody else, so you put that pressure on yourself. But a lot of us, we're not built for that. We're not ready for that pressure. We haven't built up our tolerance to accept pressure yet. You've seen it all the time. We just passed March Madness. How many people are sitting at the free throw line? They dribbling the ball, and then brick. That's that pressure, right? They're not ready for that moment. And it happens in our lives more than what you think. So you start, it's coming from you internally. You start trying to raise the bar, then feeling like you have to hit it every single time. You ever been like that before? You know someone like that? Maybe it's just me. Don't worry about it. You don't got to tap in. It's just me. Let me pause. I got more people coming in. I see you, Legacy. I see you, Applesauce. I see you, user 553917048730. I see you. Thanks for popping in. It's exhausting, family. I'm tired of being exhausted. And it changes your behavior. So instead of focusing on the process, you start focusing on the outcomes. You start focusing on the results. You start focusing on the reaction. You start focusing on the validation. You start focusing on the likes. You start focusing on the comments. You start focusing on the engagement. You start focusing on everything else except for the thing that you started on, right? That's where things get shaky. True, real talk. So now your consistency begins to be tied to how you perform. And that's a dangerous place to operate from, family, if you're trying to get to your $1 million bag. So let me share with you the shift that I did, and hopefully you can duplicate it or you can do something similar. Like, I had to reset how I looked at expectations for myself. 3 simple, small things, and I'm going to share them with you real quick. Number 1, set standards, not pressure. Standards, family, standards. Standards guide how you show up. Pressure ties or tries to control the outcomes. There's a difference. Standard guides how you show up. Pressure tries to control the outcome. I have to stay focused on the standard. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to detach yourself from outcomes. Like, results do matter. Every single thing that we do, results matter, sure. But they don't control how I move. So that's a difference. Execution always remains the priority. Protect the process. That's the foundation right there. So if you stay focused on the process, execution becomes one of those things of habit. It's no longer pressure, because we know we're going to perform the same way every single day. We're only designed to get better, right? We're not focusing on likes, comments, engagements, negativity, anything like that. We're focused on what that process looks like so we can get to our $1 million bag. I'm going to lose some people here, and I understand it. Not everybody was ready for that message, and I get that. You'll get it eventually. If the process stays solid, results will follow. That shift, that keeps everything clean and focused for you. Now expectations, they don't control me anymore, right? They refine how I operate. That's a different level of movement. I'm not operating out of pressure. I'm operating out of process, out of standards. I'm already getting ready to land this baby. Like, real time, I'm looking at my notes here. I'm getting ready to land. Let me pause really quick. I got YouTube in here. I see you, AK8848. D7V. Thank you for popping in, family. I got my Instagram family here, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We got the whole family in one place as always. Remember, we got 2 goals this year. We're building out $1 million business. So we're going to get to $1 million by the end of this year. The second goal is to create a 50,000 member ecosystem inside my newsletter. We're well over 6,000 people, but I would love to see you on the inside. So sign up for the newsletter if you haven't. I got floating banners, I got links, I got QR codes, or simply type newsletter, and I'll make sure personally you get your invite to the newsletter as well. Inside the newsletters where you get those frameworks, you get those downloadable toolkits, you get some automations, and you get an opportunity to connect with me if this is something that you probably need to help grow your brand and or your business. So you want to tap into the newsletter if you haven't done that already. All right, so let me land this plane. Let me close this baby out really quick. Remember, comment box is open. I'll work through the comments as well. So here's what this whole build is teaching me. All right, 1, I don't know everything. Okay, I know that much. 1, I don't know everything. 2 is there's so much more that I need to learn on a daily basis. 3, growth comes through collaborations more than it comes from being in siloed rooms. Okay, so pick up that. That's going to be important for you. But decisions create direction. Execution creates results. Consistency builds your momentum. Patience allows things to begin to compound. Focus multiplies everything. Sacrifice protects it. Standards sustain it, family. The environment supports it. Your identity is what holds everything together. Belief is what fuels it. Resilience is what keeps it alive. Pressure is what tests it. And expectations, family. Expectations, that's what can either elevate it or can quietly limit it. That's the difference right there. Listen, anyone can build when there's no expectations, right? Anybody can do it. You've probably seen it done before. But very few can keep building when the expectations, they actually show up. Family, you need to use that as your edge. That's your edge right there. How many people have you seen step into the game? Maybe they want to be a content creator. Maybe they want to be an influencer. Maybe they want to start their business. Maybe they want to do this, that, or the other. And then they start, but they never finish because the expectations, they got higher than what they were built to handle. Come on, y'all talk, man. Yeah, y'all know I'm going to keep it real. A lot of people say they want that corner office. A lot of people say they want that $1 million bag. A lot of people say they want the life, but they're not willing to work for that life because expectations come along with that. You're always going to have expectations when you're growing your particular brand. Remember, you're $1 million brand, family. You need to understand that. And as you grow your $1 million brand, there's going to be expectations tied to that. We have to build ourselves up to be able to support ourselves for the expectation that comes with growing $1 million brand. Some of us is not ready for that. And that's why we probably haven't got there yet. But you need to use that as your edge. Once you build yourself up to handle any pressure that comes with expectations of growing yourself, then you're prepared for anything. I'm preaching. You know I am. I'm preaching. Episode 65, where we're going to go. In episode 65, we're probably going to get into discipline, the discipline at a different level, like not how to start being disciplined. We're not talking about that. Not how consistency helps you stay disciplined. I'm breaking down what it takes to stay disciplined, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, and especially when nobody is holding you accountable for the outcomes. Let me say thank you, family. This has been episode 64, week 13 of a 52-week build. As always, I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy in some circles. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Here's the other thing too. Don't forget the comment box is open or slide in my DMs. If you have a topic that you think we should have a live on that's going to be mutually beneficial for other like-minded individuals like you, that's either going to help you get unstuck personally or help you get unstuck professionally so you too can get to that $1 million bag. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. Join me tomorrow. Invite other like-minded individuals. Let's keep hustling, family.